So in this video we are going to create the player movement. So first of all, let's create one folder named as scripts. So if you go to the script folder, now let's create the actual script or the code which we are going to write some logic. For that, right click, hover on the create, go to the mono behavior script. So let's rename this script as player movement. So actually the mono behavior script is a script that is attached to the game object, and then only the Unity will run the code. So we must attach that script in the game object. So we are going to attach that player movement in the shopping cart. So let's rename this as player. So you can attach the scripts to the game object either by clicking on the add component and search for the script like player movement. So if you click on enter, it will add the player movement, or you can directly attach to the selected game object. So you can see we have added the two player movement, but we don't need two, we only need one. So if you want to remove the script, so you just need to click on the three dotted line and click on the remove component. So let's write some logic. My hands are itching. Okay, so let's click on the edit script. So I think the font is smaller. Okay. So this is the player movement script. So you can see the mono behavior, the Unity uses the mono behavior class. So it has two base func event like the start and the update. Basically the start will call once before the first execution, like it will call for the only one time in its lifetime, and the update will be called on every frame. So first we are going to create the player movement. So before actually writing the code, the player movement, basically if you press D keyboard, it should go right. If you hold the A keyboard, it should go left. So actually you need both A and D keyboard. So for that, if you go in the we need the movement in horizontal axis. All right, so X means horizontal axis. So if you go to the project setting and if you go to the input manager, so you can see lots of the input axis in our Unity. So in the horizontal axis, so you can see the A and D keyboard actually handled by the name called horizontal. So we are going to use this by getting the axis. Okay, first of all, let's make it as float horizontal input of variable. So you can create it as private. So horizontal input will be input dot get axis horizontal. The name must be same, and after that we need a vector for that. All right, so let's make it as private vector tree known as target velocity. So the target velocity will be new vector 3 horizontal input in x direction. So we do not need any movement or velocity in the y and z. So to move forward we have transform, means the transform of the attached game object. All right, the as you can see here, the changing is x, so we are going to change in the x. So transform dot, we have one method called transform dot translate. Okay, so transform dot translate actually in target velocity. So here it would be great if we multiplied it as time dot delta time. And so let's make one variable known as speed. So if we create on the serialized field private int speed, so actually the serialized field makes the variable can be seen in the inspector. So we can add the value, we can edit the value from the inspector, and we just need to multiply it with speed. And this time dot delta time makes the our game as frame rate independent. So this looks good. So actually if you want to see what does this translate mean, so let's go to the translate unity. Okay, so this function actually moves the transform in the direction and the distance of translation. So it will move the transform the direction in which you want to move. Moves the transform by x-axis along with the x-axis, y-axis and z-axis, in any axis you want to move. Actually in this example, so this one is moves the object forward along with the z-axis 1 unit per second, since x and y are 0 and it is moving continuously in z-axis in the update method. So here we are going to move according to the input of the user. If it press A and D, it will move in that direction. And basically this input dot get axis horizontal, the value of this will range from -1 to +1. If you press D, its value will go to the +1, and if you press A, its value will go to the -1. So let's run our project. So before that, let's set the speed as 50. All right, so if you play, so as you can see, our game, our player is moving perfectly. So thank you. See you in the next video.